Hi, my name is Rakesh Singh and I welcome you all on this jQuery video session. Thank you so much for joining Naresh IT Technology video session. In today's video session, we are going to discuss the most important part of jQuery. Like whenever you would like to work on jQuery, so you need jQuery script file to be included in your website project. Then you can add the reference of jQuery script file in your particular web page. Thereafter, you can start writing the JavaScript code with jQuery functionality. So, in order to work on jQuery script file, first of all you should download the jQuery script file from official website of jQuery, that is jQuery.com. So, whenever you go to download jQuery library, you will find out jQuery library available into two following different phase. One phase for development phase and one phase for production phase. So, as I discussed in earlier video session, jQuery libraries are available in the following three edition: 1.x edition, 2.x edition and 3.x edition. 3.x is the next generation of jQuery and it is the latest one and it is a new one that works with all latest modern browsers. So, if you would like to work with any of the edition 3.x or 2.x or 1.x, you may have noticed in each edition there are two versions are available. One is development version and one is production version. So, for each jQuery library we are getting the two different versions. One is development version and one is a production version. So, there is one basic question by the all beginners as well as who are having some experience: what difference between development version of jQuery library and production versions of jQuery library. So, in today's video session we are going to discuss what are the differences between development versions and production versions of jQuery library, either belong to 3.x edition, either belong to 2.x edition or belong to 1.x edition. I am going to use 3.x edition. So, if you have noticed in earlier video session, whenever we have downloaded jQuery library from the official website jQuery.com/download, you can find out two options. One is the jQuery uncompressed, that is for development. One is a jQuery compressed, that is for production environment. So, about those two versions of jQuery library we will discuss in today's video session. So, before I move to discuss about the versions, I would like to show the library. You can observe from jQuery.com/download. From this link you have been downloaded. The library might be in your system, as already I have discussed in my previous video session. So, you can see that jQuery download the compressed, that is the production jQuery 3.1.1, and download the uncompressed, it is for development jQuery 3.1.1. Both library are same, both library provide the functionality same, but one is compressed one and another one is what? Uncompressed one. So, what difference between this compressed and uncompressed? When we would like to prefer to work with the compressed and when we would like to prefer with to work with the uncompressed, means when it is recommended to go with compressed and when it is recommended to go with what? Uncompressed. That is required to discuss. So, if you download this two library that I have downloaded in my system, in my local PC D drive Rakesh folder in the jQuery library, and see both libraries are available. Once download, it comes with the name of jQuery -3.1.1, of course .js, it is a JavaScript file, and second one will come with the name of jQuery -3.1.1.min, means it is a minified, nothing but it is a compressed .js, because this is also what JavaScript file. So, we have got 2 files, means 2 versions of the each jQuery library. So we should know as a developer when should I go for compressed versions of jQuery library and when should I go for uncompressed versions of jQuery library. So if you look at over here, the difference between jQuery hyphen x point x.x.js means any version number. In my video session I am using what 3.x edition and current version is 3.1.1.js. That is a development version, and jQuery hyphen 3.1.1.mean.js. So x.x.x means any version number and it is suffixed with the .mean.js. This is belong to production version. So what difference? So if we talk about the jQuery, nothing but any version number .js without mean.js. So this is the completely development version, and this development version used by all the developers when they are developing the project, means when they are working on the development phase, when the application development is going on, in order to read and modify easily. Means they should be able to read the jQuery script file, what codes are already written, in order to understand, and if they would like to modify something in that, they can modify also. It means pretty and easy to read by the developer. But there is a one drawback of this development version. Suppose it is a website is hosted on live server, and later on n number of clients are connecting to live server in order to access your website, in which jQuery library has been used, and that too also development version. So you should know one thing, jQuery library is a JavaScript file, and JavaScript file totally based on client side, which will be executed on client machine only. It means whenever a user making request to the server in order to access a web application, nothing but website. So along with the website response, the jQuery script file also has to come to client side. It means it has to load from server to client, and while loading server to client, it takes more time if your jQuery script file belong to development version. Why it takes more time? Because development version library has more bigger size than production version of jQuery library. Their size is big one. So due to size is big one, it consumes more network bandwidth while loading from server to client. So it will load not faster, it will load what is it slower. So it takes time to load from the server. That is one of the minus point of the development version when your website has been hosted to live and it is going to access by n user from the n number of places. So in order to avoid this problem and provide a better performance, when better performance is going to happen, whenever load faster, it is going to performance increase. So I would like to make the jQuery library to be load faster from server to client to increase the performance of the application. People prefer to work with not development version, work with the production version. But when the website goes live that time, only, not in development, because at the time of development environment, people are developing on the machine and testing on the same machine as the website is not live. So that time they are worried about to understand the jQuery script file code, able to read, able to understand, if required to modify, helpful into debugging, helpful into execution. So for this all purpose, recommended to work with a development version of jQuery library only, rather than working with the production version. But whenever your website goes to live and n number of people are connected to the live server, in order to access the website, that time we consider the performance of the application to be faster in order to load jQuery script file fast from server to the client. So production version makes jQuery library, nothing but jQuery script file, to be loads faster from live server to the your XYZ client. Then we prefer to work with the jQuery hyphen any version number dot mean.js, that is a minified version, nothing but compressed version. But what is the drawback of the production version? Nothing but any version number dot mean.js. The drawbacks is very hard to read and understand as well as modify. So when you are working in a development phase, that time if you are working with the minified version, so it's going to be very much difficult for you to read the existing jQuery script file in order to understand the flow of the execution, and when you are debugging the program is not recommended to use because it is a compressed one. Compressed means in the file unnecessary white spaces, unnecessary indentation, nothing but tabs, and all unnecessary new lines characters are removed, as well as all the functions parameter variable has become short variable name and meaningless variable name, not giving meaning to you to understand, but functionality is going to provide same. So it is not recommended to use in development phase. In development phase, you please prefer to work with the development versions of the jQuery script file that will be available with name jQuery hyphen any version number dot .js, nothing but without mean.js. But whenever you are going to make website, make it live, that time development version of the jQuery library to be replaced by production version of the jQuery library. So if you look at over here, jQuery hyphen 3.1.1, it is a uncompressed. If I open a specific ID that I am using a Visual Studio, in my Visual Studio project I am having 3.1.1.js, that is a uncompressed one. Just I try to open, and now you observe that. So it's giving some information about the jQuery libraries. Function global, it has parameters. All the codes are able to read by you, which are already written by the jQuery team people, and in this if you want to modify, you can modify also. Function, map function, callback, slice function, first functions, last function, eq function, they are all code logic whatever written, we are able to read and we are able to understand. But at the same time, if you open that 3.1.1.mean.js, which is the compressed one, nothing but minified, belong to production version. Open that. Once it is open, everything coming look like in one line. Function a comma b. What is the a? What is the use of a? What is the use of b? Is a meaningless variable. All parameter variables are become short, meaning in meaningless environment, and all unnecessary white spaces, unnecessary tab spaces and new lines has removed. Now this is a complete jQuery library only, but it's very hard to read and understand what exactly meaning of this code. You can see that. So this is not suitable to use at the time of development of our website, to use jQuery. Rather than that, you use development version at the time of development of the website, but that makes a problem once website goes live. What problem? Loading slower. Why? Because their file size is more bigger compared to production version. So two things remember in the mind, when you are working with the development phase, that time we consider about readable, understandable and easy to modify, as well as helpful into debugging and execution. Whenever we go for the production, that time we consider about faster performance. So because of faster performance, development version to be replaced by the production version when the website goes live. Now you look at here, in terms of functionality, there is no difference between the development version that is available in the form of jQuery hyphen some version number .js and production version which is available in the form of jQuery hyphen version number .mean.js. There is no difference. What functionality provided by development version, same functionality provided by the production versions. Whatever functions are available in development versions, same functions are available into production versions. What result we can achieve using the development versions, same result we can achieve by using productions versions. It means both have same functionality. This point to be noted by you. The difference is only is whether it's a formatted nicely for readability purpose, that is very much helpful in the development environment, or compactly for a smaller file size in order to load from server to client in a very less time by consuming less network bandwidth. So what you want? You want nicely formatted for readable purpose or compactly for the smaller file size, you decide that. So people decided when I am going to development, I want should be formatted nicely in order to read easily. When I am going to production environment, I want that should be compressed with a smaller file size, that leads into the advantage of performance while loading from server to client in a less time. So jQuery hyphen version number .mean.js is the minified from the jQuery version number .js. Basically the codes are same in both the file, but unnecessary white spaces, new lines are removed in the minified versions of the file, as well as shortening of the variable names. Whatever variable names are used into the function parameter, that is going to be short, nothing but shrink the variable name and replace the original variable name with the meaningless letters. Suppose my variable name is nothing but product number, so it may comes with the A, it may comes with the name of P, but there is no meaning of A and P. So original variable name will be the product number, but after compress will be changed without short variable name in order to compress the file size. So it reduces the file size and thus takes less time to download from the server to client. We are able to convert any jQuery version number .js file to minified from using JavaScript compressor. So if you have jQuery uncompressed file with you and you want to use the file as a compressed version, so you can compress by using any of the tool. The name is JavaScript compressor tool. There are plenty of JavaScript compressor tools are available online as well as offline in order to download the software, keep in your machine and use that. I will be using some online JavaScript compressor tool and showing you not only jQuery script file or any other script files also, which maybe already you have created or you are going to create that file also. If you want to use as a minified version, you can use that by compressing that. And observe how is loading faster. I told you the development version has bigger size and production version has a smaller size. jQuery hyphen 3.1.1.js file size is approximately 260 KB or maybe some plus minus, as against its minified version jQuery hyphen 3.1.1.mean.js. So against mean.js, jQuery 3.1.1.js, which is the without mean, size is 260 KB, and jQuery hyphen 3.1.1.mean.js, which is the only 84.6 KB, means almost you can say 85 average. So just less than what is it, half. So whenever load file 260 KB from server to client, obviously will takes more time compared to what is it, 84.6 KB file size. So when your page loads in the client's browser, if you are not using minified version, it loads 260 KB file, that takes more time to load than 84.6 KB or approximate 85 KB. Hence by this manner the performance is increased. So you look at over here, see that jQuery hyphen 3.1.1.js, which I am having in my machine. This size, this is the JS file, this size how much, 261, means 260 plus 261 KB as approximate. And at the same time, same library with minified version I am having with me, jQuery hyphen 3.1.1.mean.js. This also JavaScript file, this size you observe approximate how much, 85 KB. So whenever load 261 KB file size, obviously will take more time compared to 85 KB. So sometime 84.6 or 84.7 or average, on an average 85 KB you can say that. So because of this it is taking what is it, less time. That's the reason people prefer to work with the production version when the website goes live in order to increase the performance of the application. But wherever people work with the development environment, then people do not prefer to work with the production version. They prefer to work with the development version, that because that time they used to consider about readability and easy to maintain, easy to modify, easy to understand and helpful into debugging and execution. Now, so mean.js is recommended for any website which is the online, nothing but live, and .js is for only what, developers when they are developing the website, when they are developing the application. Guys, who needs to read that, who need to learn about and understand jQuery codes, nothing but it works into offline mode and for local work in real time. Regarding jQuery versions, like we are working with the jQuery -3.1.1.js, tomorrow may become 3.1.2.js. So versions are keep changes with the different version numbers. So whenever talk about jQuery version, each version have some advanced features and browser compatibility than the previous version. Suppose I am working with the jQuery -3.1.1.js, tomorrow may be released by jQuery team people jQuery -3.1.2.js. So 3.1.2.js if comes in the market, that definitely will have the some advanced feature and browser compatibility than the previous versions. If you compare the different versions of jQuery, then following are the difference going from oldest to the latest one, nothing but new one. Change in the implementation of function for performance enhancements. Maybe in existing functions some changes you can find out as an enhancement to achieve the better performance compared to earlier one. Change in the nomenclature and signature of the function. How names are given of the function and how signatures are defined of the function. In that maybe you can find out some changes if you are moving towards from oldest to latest one. Maybe you can find out in the newest one removal of deprecated functions. There are some functions which are going to be deprecated according to browser compatibility in the newer version. So that maybe you can find out which are not available. And you may find out there are plenty of in addition to old functions of the previous version of jQuery library, in the new library you can find out maybe some additional functions which are the new functions for new kind of requirement to use that. So this is nothing but if you are moving any jQuery version from oldest version to what is it, latest version. Now I will show you practically. I am going to work on my own JavaScript code in the form of separate file that is called external JavaScript file, the .js, and that is nothing but development version. And at the same time when I am going to make my website to be live, it is recommended to replace that JavaScript development versions with the JavaScript production versions. So we will create production version, nothing but compressed mode, minified mode with the help of any JavaScript compressor tool which we have with us online or maybe offline, and see the differences how it is going to come that. So my requirement is take one web page. I have taken one web page with the name of HTML page.html, any page. In this page, I want to work with my own JavaScript code. I want to create a new JavaScript function with a name called show message, and that takes one parameter value as an input from the user, and in that display that parameter value in the form of message box by using JavaScript alert. And this function I don't want to create directly on the page in the script section. I want to keep in a separate script file so that script file can be referenced to any of the HTML page in order to use those all functions which are defined into the additional JavaScript file. So for this purpose what I am going to do that Solution Explorer of my Visual Studio project. In scripts folders, I am going to add a new item, and the new item of what type? JavaScript file. So, selecting add new item and then choose JavaScript file, or directly you have option to choose the what is that JavaScript file. Just click on the JavaScript file. It is asking the name of JavaScript file. I am just giving as a name called demo.js. Either mention .js or do not mention, by default automatic mention .js because you have chosen what item JavaScript file. So, click on this. So, you can observe that there is one file is created demo.js, not demo.mean.js. It is nothing but development version, and I am writing the code in this. This JS file is going to contain one function. Function name is what? Show message, and this function taking one parameter. I am giving what is it? Message as a parameter. Message as a parameter. This function has their body. In this, just display alert, some prefix text message hello, and after the plus, whatever message coming into the message variable, that should be display. So, function is a show message which has one parameter called message. This message display by using the alert function in order to display in the message box with one prefix text, that is what? Hello, and the message whatever it is coming that. This is created. Like this, if you want to keep one more function, two more function, n number of functions we can keep into the your own JavaScript file, which can be used on any page by calling these all functions. So, reusability you can achieve more by keeping in a separate .js file rather than writing into the HTML page script only. But again, I am repeating that it is not compressed one, it is what? Development version, because it is without mean.js and is not compressed. So, save this, go into HTML page, here I want to use. So, this I am closing, you observe that demo.js. This project wherever it is created, I am going to open the location of the project, open folder in File Explorer. So, I am opening this project into my File Explorer to show you where it is created. This PC, C drive, inetpub, www root, jQuery video session 1. In that scripts folder, open that, and there is a demo. You can observe the demo file is there. So, this is the demo JS file. See the type of JS file and size how much? 1 KB is there. Now, this file I want to use in my application as a production version, which I have been created. So, I want to create this demo.js as a production version. So, you have to take the help of any JavaScript compressor tool. So, what I am going to do that? I am going to highlight some JavaScript compressor tool. The name is jscompress.com. You can also try https://jscompress.com. It is an online resource through which we can make our JavaScript code to be compressed, and that we can save in the file called something name.mean.js. Or one more I want to highlight, the name is javascriptcompressor.com. It is another online resource through which we can take the help of making JavaScript code into the compressed mode. One more is there, the name is what? https://javascript-minifier.com. javascript-minifier.com. So, anyone use as your wish. I am using the jscompress.com. In this, what I am going to do that, my demo.js file is going to copy the entire code and come into this place, and I am going to place, just paste it, copy and paste JavaScript code, or you can upload JavaScript file which is already there with you. So, if you want to upload JavaScript file, click on the upload JavaScript file. Here choose the file or drag them from here and click on the what button? Compressed. So, anyone you can do that. First go for copy and paste JavaScript code. So, I have done this, just click on the what is it? Compress JavaScript. Just click on what is it? Compress. After copy and pasting the JavaScript code, just click on the compress. Once click on the compress, you can observe the entire code now coming into one line, and you can see the changes, unnecessary white spaces, new lines, tabs spaces all are removed. function show message, function name is same, but parameter name you observe. Now message has been changed to short variable and is a meaningless variable a, and alert, hello, right, plus a, all unnecessary white spaces, new lines are removed, and it is coming to what? Compressed one. Now this code just try to copy from over here and come to this place, right, go to Solution Explorer, go to the script folder, right click, add new JavaScript file, and here give the name, same name, demo.mean.js. You provide the name manually, demo.mean.js, that indicates it is a minified version, nothing but compressed version. Click on OK, created, and in this place just place the code from the online resource what it has been compressed and save it. Now you can observe that you are finding the two JS file, one is a demo.js, that is your own JavaScript file which you have created as uncompressed, and the demo.js has been now compressed with the file name called demo.mean.js. It is ready now. So when you are working with the develop environment, you please go with the demo.js. When your website goes live, you replace demo.js with the what is the demo.mean.js. And this will load faster because their size will be less compared to demo.js, because it is already compressed one, and this is the uncompressed one. But this is creating what? Readability problem. This is not creating readability problem. So readability and easy to modify, easy to understand, it is always preferable when we are going to work with the development version. But when you are going to work with the production version, nothing but live of the website, that time we never consider about the readability and easy to maintain, easy to modify, just we consider about what is the performance of the application is better or not. So that time we used to prefer to work with the what is that mean.js. And one more thing here, I have been compressed by copy and paste the code, right. Even though they have given an option upload JavaScript file, come here, choose the file, click on the choose file wherever location available, or drag the file. So I have demo.js, just I am going to drag and I am going to place over here. Once I drag and place here, you can observe that my file is now coming, the name is what? Demo.js. If you want to drag and drop some other file, just click on the cross button, then you can place other file. Now after the placing the demo.js complete file, so in this file all the code, whichever codes are available, entire code is going to be compressed. In the case of copy and paste, any one function code you can copy and paste and you can make it compressed. So that is up to you. So demo is click on the word compressed. So click on the compress. Once going to compress, you can see the output. So entire demo.js file output is showing after compress. This is the same result is coming. Now this entire demo.js file is a compressed code. Select, copy, and just come to here, create one new JS file with the name of something name.mean.js. In that try to paste it and save that. And you can see the location. Now you can observe that demo.mean also has been appeared. Both function has very few lines of code, that's what approximate both are coming with what is it 1 KB 1 KB. But in real time this will be what not 1 KB, below 1 KB, but average here shows do not show into the 0.69 or 0.79 KB or 0.89 KB. It always show round figure. So round figure showing first one also 1 KB and second also 1 KB, but in real time, in practically this will be maybe first one 0.89 KB, second maybe what 0.34 KB or 0.56 KB, definitely will be less size. So that's what I am saying, that in development time you go with the demo.js and production time go with what is the demo.mean.js. Now both is working or not working, I would like to test it. So coming over here, this is my HTML page. I want to have one button, and if I click on the button, then I want to call show message function with the value display into message box using the development versions. So I would like to take here what input type equals to button and value equals to show message is the one text and going to be what is it close, right. This button should have some ID because this button I have to select in jQuery code. So ID equals to button 1, right. Now if I click on this button, then show the message by calling the JavaScript function which I have developed into my own script file. So I would like to do this code using the jQuery style, means using jQuery programming environment. Then first of all, I would like to add a script src equals to a scripts jQuery library jQuery-3.1.1.js and type equals to text oblique JavaScript. Why? Because you are going to write code using jQuery to show the message by calling the function which you have created in a separate JavaScript file. Now you are going to call show message function that is not defined over here, that is defined in your own JavaScript file. So that also we have to reference into the current page. So which file I have to reference? Right now I am working in a development environment. So I am going to use what? Development version. So what is that? A script src equals to a scripts demo.js, not demo.mean.js, and type equals to text oblique JavaScript, which is not mandatory, just it is a one advisable to use, so that makes clear meaning to the other person. People are writing what? JavaScript code. And going to close. Now you required a section, one more, type equals to text oblique JavaScript. For what purpose? Writing your JavaScript code to call the show message function whenever user click on the button. So that's what you are writing, one more script section. These two script for what? Adding the reference of the jQuery file and your own JavaScript file. Right. Now in this write $of document dot ready of function, and after the body of the function open close. That makes your document is ready. That makes sure your document is ready. Then only you are going to perform some operation. So as soon as document is ready, I would like to select this button by using their ID. The name is what? Button 1. So what should I do here? $of hash of button 1. It is selected, and after selecting I want to attach a click event onto the button. So dot event, what is a click? Every event is attached with the handler is nothing but function. So every event must be associated to a corresponding function. So require the function body open and close. Now in this what I required, just call the show message function which is defined into the your own JavaScript file demo.js. So calling the function show message. You can observe the IntelliSense support is showing in my Visual Studio ID by using the IntelliSense support, showing the function in the list show message. It means I am able to call the functions. This function I am not writing again code here, already written into demo.js. Show message of, and I am writing the what? One message I am passing, right? I am passing the what is it? Rakesh Singh. So this is my message passed, Rakesh Singh. So this has to display with the hello Rakesh Singh whenever user click on the what button? Button. Which button? Button 1. So now save this and try to execute this page to see that whether result is coming or not. So right click on the page, go into view in a browser. The page is trying to load. Once loaded, the button is coming show message. If you click on the show message button, so should display alert box hello Rakesh Singh. Hello is a prefix already there in a function only, and the what value I have passed, that value is going to display that. So it is working. But once this website is ready and you are going to make it live on live server, so you may think about that performance issue. So that time jQuery script file also preferable to use what? Compressed one, that is already available with me, and what you have written as additional JavaScript function in your own script file, that also try to use with the compressed code one, not development version code. So for both we have already library. You can see in the solution explorer for jQuery, jQuery-3.1.mean.js, and for demo.mean.js. So in this existing code, what changes? Everything are same, no changes. Only changes are what? While including the reference of jQuery script file as well as your own JavaScript file has to be changed. So jQuery-3.1.1 dot mean.js is going to use this file jQuery-3.1.1.mean.js, and for your own JavaScript file also demo.mean.js. Just a file reference has been changed. It means this entire code and this what function I am calling, this all function calling from the what? Minified version. So these two files are included to this page. Whenever this page is requested by user to the server. So this page as a response needs to come to the client side. So along with this page response, this jQuery file and your own JavaScript file also has to come to the client. And whenever it comes faster because I am using the minified version where their size is what less compared to development version. So while loading this 2 script file will be taking less time, performance is going to be increased. That's the reason I am saying that development version is always suitable when we are working with the development of the application, and production version always suitable when application goes live and you are consider about the what, you are worried about the what performance of the application. So that time development version to be replaced by production versions. So now both libraries are what production. Save it and come back and refresh the browser page, right? Click on the show message, see the result coming. In this case also same or different, click on that, you can observe that result is same. So either use development version, either use the production version, functionality is same. Only the difference is one, development version is a very pretty and easy to read, understand and modify and helpful into debugging and execution, but it is not good in the terminology of or in the point of when we are going to load from server to client. It takes more time because it consumes more bandwidth as their file size is bigger one, and production version is not at all good in order to read and modify and not helpful into debugging of the code when we are working with the development, but it is always good in the terms of performance that makes faster load from server to client because their file size is less compared to development version. So I hope you have been understood about difference between the development version and the production version of jQuery library. Any version belong to any edition, either 1.x, either 2.x, either 3.x. This is all about today video session. Thank you for watching the jQuery video session by the Naresh Technology. Keep watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like and comment with your valuable feedback. Thank you very much.